what's going on, y'all? Welcome to Meat Cranium Barbecue Review. Today I'm doing a collaboration with like 9 other channels, and those channels are in no particular order. Gary over at GT's Barbecue and Cuisine, Lee over at Smokin' Bears Barbecue, Tommy over at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue, Rico over at Smokin' Jazz Barbecue, Cooking with CJ, or actually his channel that he's going to have this on is going to be CJ's Q. We're going to have Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Charlie over at Pickles Barbecue is also inside this collaboration. Cooking with Corey. I almost always forget Cooking with Corey. Cooking with Corey is in this collaboration too, and actually Cooking with Corey is the one that reached out to me to do this collaboration. But his idea for the collaboration was something completely different. I really didn't like it, so I put out the suggestion, which is steak like a boss. So this is something I've had on my list for a long time of things to do. However, I never really got around to it, but this is a perfect big collaboration type video. It's a steak like a boss. Cook a steak. You don't have to sear a steak necessarily, but cook a steak in a non-traditional manner. You can use either a traditional heat source, but not a traditional pan, or you can use a traditional pan, but not a traditional heat source. So what I did today is I went around with my heat gun here, and I drove around town, and I have some video clips of me going around town, shooting different stuff to see how hot it gets, to see if it'd be a good candidate to actually sear steak. Today with the heat index, it's going to be, right now with the heat index, it's about 108 degrees out here. About another hour or two, it's going to be even hotter. So with the heat index, it'll be about 110 out here today in Florida. Let's get started, and I think that's about everything I wanted to say. Anyhow, I've already, I was going to do it on the roof of my house, but I almost fell off the roof of my house this morning trying to get down. And I said, this is probably not going to be a good idea for me to do this on the roof because I'm a klutz and I'll probably kill myself. So I'm going to go with plan B, and I'm going to show you that right now. Alright y'all, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drive around town. I'm going to shoot different things with my trusty heat gun here and see exactly how hot do some things get. Right now it's right around 10:30 in the morning. The sun is out above head and it hasn't got to its climax yet of how hot it's going to get today. Today's probably around 1-2 o'clock, but hopefully no rains come in so I can get this thing done. But I'm going to be probably pretty surprised on how hot some things actually get. Let's begin. Okay, so this is plan B. So this is my La Caja, I always say this wrong, Gina, whole hog roasting box. So this is pure aluminum right here on top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave this out here in the sun and let it get really hot. I'm gonna use some aluminum foil. I'm gonna coat the bottom with some aluminum foil, put a cast iron pan on there. I'm even gonna try to angle some of the foil down so when the heat comes down, it can heat that pan up. I'm hoping to get, temperatures maybe around 200, maybe a little bit hotter than 200 on here, hopefully at the peak of the day. So temperatures are still rising, and hopefully this will work. You can already feel the heat coming off this. still work in progress, but that's kind of the rough draft right there, what I'm kind of working on. Okay, so here's the finished product. What I did is I have a aluminum pan down here. It's like an aluminum, aluminum roasting pan. I coated the bottom with some aluminum foil. I set the cast iron pan inside here. You can see some of the pan right here. I lined this with some aluminum foil and try to angle it so the heat's going to be kind of concentrated in here. It's starting to get hot, but it's still not hot. It's still not hot enough. I'm gonna leave this out here for probably about a good hour and a half, and just see how hot I can get it. All right, so it's about 12:30 right now. Again, temperatures at 187, 188. It's getting up there. If I can get above 200, that'd be cheeky. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the steaks out and get those prepped up. All right, so what I have here is I have 3 beef chuck eyes. I went ahead and just got some cheap steak. Even though these are cheap, these are extremely tender. They call these a poor man's filet. Extremely good steak. Kind of thin. This here is a little bit thicker. These two here are kind of thin. But I'm only going to be cooking one, because if I completely screw this up, I'd rather only destroy 1 steak instead of 3. So I just got some butter spray here. I'm just going to slightly coat those like that. I've got some Suckle Busters 1836 barbecue rub. Stuff's pretty good. Put that on there. Hey, if it's not going to cook very good, at least have some good flavor on it, right? Flip these over. There we go. I'll let these sit out for a little bit. Right now the cast iron pan is about 185, 187. So that might not be hot enough, so I might go with plan C if I have to. Okay, so I just checked the temperature again. I'm at 196, 198, 200, 201, 202, 200. If y'all can see that. Yep, right there. I'm in the 200s. That is awfully impressive. The 189 over here, like around the edges, I'm a lot hotter, so I'm probably gonna cook the steak around the edges. So I'm in the 190s and 200 right here, 201. So I'm probably gonna cook the steak right about here. That's where it's the most hottest, right there. Spray the surface with some of the butter spray and let that sit there for a little bit and get that start getting that kind of hot, because I think the oil will actually heat up the pan some more. So I'm trying to get, if I can stay over 200 degrees, I think that'll be really good. I've already relegated to the fact I'm not going to get a sear. All right, so don't be expecting this beautiful sear, but I will be able to cook the steak, which is pretty cool in its own right. All right, so here's the steak. I've let it sit out for a little bit. I just want to squash a myth right now. The term room temperature. You don't ever want to literally bring your steak to room temperature. Ideally, you just leave it out for a little bit. Just let the temperature come up internally. But if you try to bring this thing up to like 77 degrees or 78 degrees, it's going to take hours, and it's also not healthy. So what I like to do is bring it up to, I got it 50, 55, 60 degrees. Is about where I like to bring it in. See, so I got 55 degrees right there. Okay, that's the ideal temperature I like to bring my meat up to. That includes my brisket, any kind of beef, even pork. You can bring it up to about 55, 60 degrees. That's the ideal temperature to put it on. Anyhow, I'm about to put it into the skillet. The sun is overhead. It's right about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock right now. I'm about ready to get started. All right, so we're still hanging right around the 200 degrees on the pan. Gonna go ahead, probably not gonna be a sizzle. If there's a sizzle, I'm gonna be shocked. There's no sizzle, but it's okay. All I need to do is show that I can cook a steak in a non-traditional manner. So I'm using the solar heat to cook this steak. Gonna keep it on there and just kind of move it around different areas as it cooks. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. And go ahead and flip this thing. See what we got. Hey, look at that. I don't know about you, but that looks like that's been cooked on that side. This is cool. All right. Once again, I'm not gonna sear it, just have to cook it. All right, so believe it or not, I just checked the temps of this steak. It's already at 130, 125s and stuff. Look, 122, 123, 122, 123, and 24, 25. This has only been less than 30 minutes. 122. That's pretty much done. How I like it. I know none of the tongs are hot. Look at that. That ain't too freaking bad. That's not a bad looking steak. For being out in the sun, having no electricity, no coals, no nothing else, using just the sun to cook. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I think this is a total winner. It's not seared, it's just cooked. That is impressive. Probably gonna let it cook a little bit more on the other side. I'm gonna take it off, I'm gonna cut it up. All right, time to take the steak off and out of the pan. Put my glove on because it is really hot. I'm sorry, y'all. They may now look like the most perfectly seared steak, but that's not what I was trying to accomplish. Just trying to see that you can definitely cook in the sun. Let's take this off. See how the other side looks? Not too bad. Get a close-up shot. So this is what a steak looks like when it's been cooked in the sun. I'm sorry, but that ain't too bad. It's not really much of a sear. It got a little dark kind of right here, kind of like right here, a little dark. However, that to me is a total success. Now, my favorite part, the taste test. All right, so I need to actually correct myself. This actually, it took only an impressive 20 minutes. I put it on at 110, took it off at 130. In 20 minutes, I was able to get a steak from basically 55 degrees to 130s just by cooking it in the sun on cast iron. This is cool. All right, it's time to cut the thing up. Now the fat didn't render down, but that's kind of expected. Put that off. However, this thing is, and it's actually is piping hot. This thing is really hot. All right. Here we go. There you go. All right, so would I recommend doing this for chicken? Probably not. I mean, you know, I'm really skeptical when it comes to poultry. However, beef, it's freaking delicious. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm sorry, I can't take the smile off my face. This is, and it's hot. It's hot. I mean, I know it came from the sun, but this is too cool. Beef chuck eyes are extremely tender and very good. So, well, there you go. I'd like to thank Cooking with Corey. I'd like to thank CJ's Q, Tommy over at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue, Rico over at Smokin' Jazz Barbecue, Charlie at Pickles Barbecue, Lee at Smokin' Bears Barbecue, and also Gary over at GT's Barbecue and Cuisine. I think that's everybody. If I'm missing somebody, I'm sorry, but everybody's link will be down in the description. I'm starting off this this mayhem with this video here, and subscribe to everybody else to see what they're going to be doing. And I don't even know. I think I know what Corey's doing, but other than Corey, I don't know what anybody else is doing. It's kind of being kind of a secret. This is kind of fun. So if you want to see what everybody else is doing, non-traditional way how to cook a steak, make sure that you tune into all the other channels. All their links will be down below in the description. Go sub to all of them. They're good guys. Anyhow, like, subscribe. I'll see you next week. Ciao.